Hey guys, it's Katie. Welcome back to my channel. I am so glad that you're here. You guys absolutely love these videos, so I'm gonna keep making them. We are back with another TBR jar, chooses my reads, and this month specifically for the month of May. Can we just hold up here for a second? How are we almost halfway through the year? I simply don't understand. I feel like time is just going so quickly, specifically this year, and I know people say that like time goes quicker as you grow up. I'm only 23. Why is it going so quick? Anyways, you guys know the drill. I pick a prompt out of here and then I read the prompt and choose a book that like aligns with the prompt. Pretty self-explanatory. I am very excited for this month. I'm trying to think about the new releases actually. I don't have any off the top of my head that are coming out this month. I know Powerful comes out on April 30th. I am filming this video on April 24th. So that will not be on like the TBR, if you know what I'm saying, but it's on my personal TBR. I will literally be devouring that book the second that I get it. It is the Powerless novella. So we have that one. I'm sure that there's some that I'm not thinking about. So I'll put them up here if there are any that I can think of while I'm like editing this video and stuff like that for you guys. Funny story, my Emily Henry did come out yesterday. I'm not done with that book, but I will be by the end of the month, so it doesn't even need to be on the May TBR. And yeah, if you guys want to know how I did with my April TBR, go ahead and check out my April wrap-up that will be coming soon at the very end of the month of April. And yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and get on into it. I did recently do a book haul in the ultimate book video that I just posted, so we have a little bit more of a selection. We even got some books on the back for right now, so I'm feeling good about the selection that we got. There's definitely a few that I really want to get to. Abby Jimenez is Just for the Summer, specifically so excited for that one. I've heard great things about The Wishing Game by Megan Schaefer, and it's just like a quick, nice, fun read. And then I also want to read the last book in the Good Girls Guide to Murder series. I've just been absolutely eating it up and loving it. Without further ado, let's just get into it. Least read book, and that means like on Goodreads. So hopefully there's like a tab that automatically does that, because that's gonna be a lot to look through. How am I gonna find this? I guess I'll just have to scroll and go through them, so this might take a second. Okay, it looks like currently on my TBR the least read book is Right on Cue by Fallon Ballard, and I'm also trying to make sure that all of them that are on here are actually like on my Goodreads. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw all of these. So yeah, it's gonna be Right on Cue by Fallon Ballard, and this book has only been read 3,870 times, or I guess it's only been rated 3,870 times. I don't even know how I would be able to find that out then. I think that that's just what that means. We're gonna go with that. This is by Fallon Ballard, the author of Just My Type. I read that by her in February, I think. Ate it up. Loved it. The writing specifically was so good, and this is her most recent release. I believe this came out in February of this year. So yeah, I'm really excited about it. I don't really know much about it. I just basically bought it because I want to read all of her books, and I feel like she doesn't get talked about like I honestly haven't heard her talked about it at all. The reason why I got this book is because it was in a blind date with a book that my friend Brooke made me. So it looks like she's an actress, and she hasn't acted for like a little bit. And the romance is involving a co-star who kind of like ruined a project for her a while ago, and now she's like getting back into acting. What? She's getting back into acting, and then they're gonna have to be working together again. I feel like I don't really read a lot of books about actors and stuff like that, so I feel like this will be kind of fun and interesting. And I don't know, I really liked her first book that I read by her, so I'm really excited for this. Prompt 2. Oh my god, I always pick like 3 and I don't mean to. A book that matches your outfit. Okay, so if we're being real right now, right, I got this cute little thrifted sweater on, just got a lot of rainbow colors. On bottom, we have some Christmas fuzzy socks with polar bears on them, and then some Mickey PJ pants from Target from like years ago. So we have a lot going on. A lot of red, it seems like. I mean, technically, this could match almost anything. Guys, do we feel like this is the one that matches me the most? The way I'm so excited right now, you guys have no idea. I feel like it does, like the little hint of yellow, and like this is literally giving rainbow, but it's not, but it's like a good, can we justify this? I think we can justify this. We're just gonna ignore the bottom half of my body, okay? We're gonna justify this. We are going to read Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez this month. The way that waiting to read this, because I had other books to read for videos and stuff like that, and then my TBR for last month, has been killing me. I've read 2 other books by Abby Jimenez, one of them being a 5-star, and this was her most recent release. It came out on April 2nd, and I nabbed it on April 2nd, and I've just been itching to read it ever since then. Seems like it's about a girl named Emma, and every time after she dates a guy and they break up, they find like their person. And her books are always dual POV too, so we also have a guy named Justin. Oh, okay. This sounds very interesting. I'm like so excited. I feel like Abby Jimenez's books are the perfect mix of rom-com-y, like fun, just like a good time and a good vibes, and all of her characters just have so much depth to them, which makes them have like a realness to them and to the story, and it just feels more relatable, I guess, whenever they have like real struggles and stuff like that. The second book, I'm so excited, you guys. Okay, we have 2 romances right now, so let's try and get like a fantasy or a lit fic or a mystery to kind of like break things up a little bit. A new release. Do I even have any on here? I'm gonna go ahead and pick Powerful. Okay, because like it fits, and I'm gonna have it physically anyways in a few days. Powerful, like I was saying at the beginning of this video. Okay, if you don't know how obsessed I am with Powerless, like this is probably like, oh, she's just talking about a book series that she likes, you know, but if you do, I apologize because I literally talk about it all the time. Powerless by Lauren Roberts was one of my favorite reads of 2023. It's a 5-star read for me, and this is the novella following another character kind of like in that world. And obviously I'm very excited because the sequel to Powerless, it's called Reckless. Reckless comes out in July, and I'm very excited about that. But we're getting fed right now with a novella, and this is going to be a Dina story, which is Peyton from the first book's best friend, and I'm very interested to see where Lauren Roberts takes this. I've only read one of her books so far, and it was an absolute hit, so I'm really hoping that I continue to love what she writes. And they're fantasy books. It's basically in this world of elites and ordinaries. Ordinaries are just like normal people, think like muggles from Harry Potter, and elites are people with powers, and they're basically trying to exile everybody who is an ordinary. So yeah, if that sounds interesting to you, definitely recommend reading it. There's also like trials involved and stuff like that too. I'm very interested to see like what timeline we're gonna get for Adina's book too. So that's gonna be my new release. I am so pumped. All right, prompt number 4, a romantasy. Okay, do I do it? Are you guys seeing what I'm saying? I think it might be time. I think it's time for me to finally finish up the Throne of Glass series. This book is literally a brick. Oh my gosh. It's got some nice floppiness to it though. Books 6 and 7, Tower of Dawn and Empire of Storms, are currently on my April TBR, and I'm gonna get to them right after I read Funny Story by Emily Henry. So I feel like it'd be the perfect time to put this on my TBR for the month of May. I am so excited, guys. But I'm also so scared for it to be over. Like, I've been trying to read at least one Throne of Glass book a month for the past few months, but I haven't really wanted to binge it because everybody says that they wish they could be in my shoes and like read it for the first time and stuff like that. If you don't know anything about this series, it's basically about a girl named Selena Sardothian, and she's an assassin, and she ends up doing these trials and stuff like that. But that's mainly just the first book. It goes on to be something completely different, and it's just, it is so good. It's in third person, which I know a lot of people just can't really relate to. Get over it, period. You will love these books if you truly give them a chance. And I've just become so attached to these characters. I am so excited to see what happens in this last book. Okay, we have 2 fantasy and 2 romance currently. Let's pick number 5, the shortest book I own. We've got quite a few short books on the physical TBR currently. We've got Half a Soul, which is 239 pages. This honestly might be the shortest one. The Wishing Game looks pretty short though too. 278, Storied Life of AJ Fickery. 258, The Love Wager. 289, What About the Great Gatsby. 180. All right, I'm reading my first classic, guys. We're gonna be reading The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald, because I don't think there's anything else on here that is that short. Don't mind me taking the sticker off. I'm glad that actually came off really well. I'm really nervous to read this book. I haven't really ever read a classic, at least all the way through. I know that in like high school there was like a few books, I think like Of Mice and Men. I don't know if that's considered a classic. I know I had to read that, didn't. There's probably a few other ones too that I just don't remember that I had to read. And even though this one is incredibly short, I am still really scared to read it because I just don't know if I'm gonna like it, and that makes me really nervous. Obviously it is a classic for a reason, and I remember I watched the movie and I know it's set during like the 20s, which I love that era, so hopefully that means that I'm going to like this book. I don't really remember anything else from the movie though. Yeah, I don't know, we'll see. Hopefully I end up liking this. I didn't know it was under 200 pages, so yeah, maybe this will be like a one sitting type read. I feel like since we have a novella and then a book that is under 200 pages, we can definitely at least pick a few more. So let's pick number 6. A book that matches the season. Okay, so a spring or summery book, basically. I have Every Summer After. Well, I think that's really it. So I guess we're gonna be reading Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. I'm actually pretty excited about this. I read her Meet Me at the Lake one that she came out with last year. Wasn't my favorite, but I've heard amazing things about this. Like, people love and adore this book. This is a 5-star read for a lot of people. I have heard though that it is very similar to Love in Other Words and The Summer I Turned Pretty, which I've already read both of those. So that makes me a little bit nervous. Oh, so this is really similar to The Summer I Turned Pretty. Huh. Okay, well, I'm actually really interested to see what I think about this, and I'm kind of excited that I'm gonna read it now. Hopefully, if I end up liking it, maybe I'll read her new release this year, and maybe Meet Me at the Lake was just kind of like a dud for me. I don't know. We'll see. A Radiant Debut. That's a blurb by Emily Henry, so we'll see how this goes. Okay. I got a free pick. There's only a few of these in here, but I do feel pretty good about it, and I think I know exactly what book I want to choose. I'm gonna go ahead and pick As Good as Dead by Holly Jackson. This is the final installment of the Good Girls Guide to Murder series. I read the second one this past month, and I just really enjoyed it. Let's see if I can get this sticker off. That was a good sticker pull. And I want to be better about finishing series kind of closer together, and I feel like if I don't get to this now, I'm not gonna remember what happened in the second and the first book, and I'm honestly just gonna forget about it, and it's gonna sit on my TBR for way too long. So while I'm thinking about it, while I'm wanting to read it, I want to put this on my TBR. It's basically about a girl named Pip, and in her small town these things keep happening, and she ends up having to solve these murders because the police don't really get involved, and most of the time it's for missing people investigations. And yeah, it's just really interesting, and they're YA, so they're not too scary for me, but I just enjoy it. It's like a little thrilling, but it's not too much to the point where it scares the crap out of me, because I am a scaredy cat, as we all know. And I'm just really interested to see where this one goes. The second one was really good, and I just love Holly Jackson's writing. It's just super fast-paced and fun, and she adds so many like extra elements to her writing too, like interviews, maps, photos of evidence, photos of people, all of that kind of stuff. It's just very interesting, and I'm just really loving it, and I'm excited to be done. I know that there's a novella actually at the end of this that comes right after this one, but I just don't think I'm gonna read that. Okay, we have 7 books picked right now, and I think that we're just gonna go ahead and stop there. I feel like sometimes whenever I pick too many books, I just get really overwhelmed, and then I don't end up reading barely any of the books that are on my TBR. So we're gonna stop right there with 7, and let's go ahead and go through all of them really quick. The first prompt was the least read book on my TBR, and it was Right on Cue by Fallon Ballard. Next up was a book that matches my outfit, and so excited. We will be reading Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. Then we have a new release that's coming out on April 30th. It's going to be Powerful, which is a powerless novella. The next prompt was a romantasy, and I will be finishing the Throne of Glass series with Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J. Maas. After that, we got the shortest book I own, which is The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. A book that matches the season, which is spring and summer, and I chose Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. And then we got a free pick, and I picked As Good as Dead by Holly Jackson, the 3rd book in the Good Girls Guide to Murder series. Okay, here is our TBR for the month plus Powerful. I actually just realized too, we have the biggest book on my physical TBR and the smallest book on my physical TBR on here, which I don't know, I thought that was kind of interesting how that worked out. But yeah, this is our TBR plus Powerful. I'm really excited. I feel like we have a really good variety on here for the month, and I'm crossing my fingers that I can actually finish all of these books, and this will be the first month that I actually finish my physical TBR. And I feel like I literally say this every month. Last month, no lie, I was pretty close, but it didn't happen. So yeah, it could this month though. yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know if you guys have any thoughts on these books, want to see them in reading vlogs, or any books on my TBR that you're really wanting me to read. Go ahead and comment down below the strawberry emoji if you watched all the way until the end so I know who the real ones are. And if you want to keep up with me on the daily, go ahead and follow my TikTok, Instagram, and my Goodreads, especially if you want to keep up with what I'm reading in real time. Follow my Goodreads, and my battery's dying. So I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys. Dude, my limbs, why are they hurting so bad? I'm only 23 years old. Eee!